Hi, I'm Sarah. Welcome to the Daily English Show. It's Mistake Day today, and I thought I'd tell you about a funny mistake on a TV news program in New Zealand. The presenter meant to say last-ditch bid. Last-ditch is an adjective used to describe a final attempt to achieve something when there is not much hope of succeeding. And the example here is, she underwent a heart transplant in a last-ditch attempt to save her. And bid means effort. But instead of saying last-ditch bid, the presenter said last bitch did. They're talking about a court case, and he said, his defense team has failed today in a last bitch did to avoid a retrial over the deaths in Dunedin in 1994. Today I recommend you have a look at a website called 6 Billion Others. This is a project which was organised by a French guy. On the site it says 5,000 interviews were filmed in 75 countries by 6 directors. And they asked people about 40 different questions, such as, what have you learnt from your parents? What do you want to pass on to your children? What difficult circumstances have you been through? And what does love mean to you? If you go to that site, you'll see a whole lot of photos, and if you click on one, you'll see a video, if there is one, related to that person. They also have compilations of some of the questions, and you can see some of the compilations on this YouTube channel. For example, there's one where they ask people, what is your very first memory? Kia ora, in Stig News today, a former burglar invented a lock while he was in prison and is now installing the lock into the homes of crime victims for free. A 29-year-old man in China was sent to prison for 4 years for burglary. While he was in prison, he invented a fingerprint recognition lock. When he got out, he set up a company to manufacture the locks and decided to install them for free in the homes of 100 victims of burglary to help repay for his sins. And that was Stick News for Wednesday, the 20th of October. Kia ora. Today's word is hypocrisy. Last month we studied a song by the Disposable Heroes of Hypocrisy. The word hypocrisy is a word that they made up. It's a combination of hip-hop and hypocrisy. Hypocrisy is disapproving, behaviour in which somebody pretends to have moral standards or opinions that they do not actually have. And a hypocrite is a person who says one thing and does the other. Elliot Spitzer is a famous example of someone who many people called a hypocrite. What's your first memory? What did you do? Because she thought you were really trapped? I have a few early memories. I'm not sure which one was first, but one of them was, well, it's a long story, but I played a trick on my friend and she got really upset. Well, we were too short to reach the door handle on the bedroom door, so we must have been quite young. And so there was a piece of string tied onto the door handle that we used to pull to open the door. And I climbed up onto a chest of drawers next to the door, and I pulled the door open with the piece of string, and I wound it round the door handle and then pushed the door closed. And I was like, oh, we're trapped. Well, we weren't really, because there were people in the lounge next door, and all we had to do was knock on the door and they'd come and open it. But yeah, she was really upset and started crying. Yeah, I guess so. I just remember being really surprised that she would be upset because I thought it was really funny. A medical condition in which the body temperature is much lower than normal. A. Hippopotamus. B. Hypochondria. C. Hypocrisy. D. Hypothermia. E. Hypothetical. Hypothermia. The practice of claiming to have higher standards of beliefs than is the case. Hypocrisy. Based on situations or ideas which are possible and imagined rather than real or true. Hypothetical. A large, heavy African animal with thick, dark skin and short legs that lives in rivers and lakes. Hippopotamus. Abnormal chronic anxiety about one's health. Hypochondria. And that was the Daily English Show. If you'd like to subscribe to our weekly update, please go to thedailyenglishtshow.com and you'll see the place to subscribe on the left-hand side. See you tomorrow. Bye.